What does purpose entail? Because when we are talking purpose, it will be difficult to just define it by 2-3 lines. I know many people define purpose like the reason for your existence. It's part of it. Many people define purpose as doing what God ordained for you to do. Correct, but it's part of it. Many people define purpose as an impactful life. Correct, is part of it. Many people define purpose as improving the quality of humanity and functioning according to God's will. Correct, is part of it. The subject is boisterous. It's literally a spectrum. You know, when you see white light, if you say it's white, you are correct. If you say green, you are correct. If you say yellow, you are correct. If you say red, you are correct. You know why? White light is a combination of red, orange, yellow, indigo, blue, green, and violet. 7 colors make white light. So if you pick one, you are correct, but it's bigger. So if you really want to understand light, you have to define the entire spectrum. So very quickly, in order for you to fully understand purpose, what is the spectrum of purpose? Number 1, purpose is divine intention for your creation. What God had in mind that necessitated your creation. Your life is not an accident. Please pay attention. Understanding this alone will give you security for existence. You know, most of us think, nobody cares, and we even go as far as saying it, somebody cares. Before you came, there was an intention, there was a motive. Jesus was speaking. He said, even the hairs of your head are numbered. You are not a product of an accident. You didn't just happen because 2 people met. No, it was not a product of mating. It was a deliberate intention before time began for you to be here. So when you understand this, number 1, it gives you security that your life cannot be wasted. Nobody plans to create something for waste. Number 2, it gives you assurance that there's support for you, because the one who created you will watch out for your outcome. Will you invent something and throw it away? Nobody does that. So 1, you have security that I'm not an accident. 2, you have assurance that somebody is looking out for you. So anything he allows you to do, there is a backing that you will have. That's why some of us, when God speaks to us, we are bold to go. I didn't initiate my coming here. He initiated it. As human as I am, if I create anything, I will watch out for that thing to be relevant. Is it God in his almightiness that will create something and allow it to waste? No. This is why you should have assurance that your life will not be wasted. And number 3, when you understand this, it will put a responsibility of research upon you, because now you know there was a reason for which I came. I must find that reason, because if I don't, I have not started living. Understanding that purpose is divine intent gives you confidence that you are not an accident. It gives you confidence that there is a backing for your life, and then it puts a burden on you for research to find out what that intent is. This is why it's important to understand this component of the spectrum of purpose. In Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5, he said, before I formed thee in the womb, it predates you, I knew you. He said, before you were born, you were framed in your mother's womb, I ordained you to be a prophet. So there is an intention for every one of us, no matter how many we are. The psalmist was speaking in Psalm 139 verse 16. He said, all the days of my life were ordained for me, and they were written in God's book before I was born. All the days of my life. So for people like us, there's no such thing as a bad day. When God was writing my story, I don't believe God will sit down and say this is a bad day. It's the devil that is trying to make it a bad day. But because I have inclination that my whole days were written, I will fight the devil out of that day. This is not a plan. There was no plan for me to have an accident on this day. There was no plan for me to have cancer on this day. There was no plan for me to be rejected on this day. I won't let you bring it in. These things were written. No day of my life is an accident. My existence is not an accident. You can't make me feel so. This is purpose speaking. God intended for you to be here, and he intended for you to be here for a specific reason. When you have isolated the understanding that there was an intention, then you go to the next step, that this intention resulted in a calling. This intention resulted in an assignment. So when you are actually searching out the intention, is the assignment you are trying to discover. So it puts upon you an understanding that you didn't come here to relax. You came here to work. You came here to serve. This is why purpose kills mediocrity and procrastination. The day you discover that included in the spectrum of purpose is an assignment and a calling, you will live every day of your life either either fighting to discover it or living to fulfill it. If you find a man who is overly relaxed about life, he doesn't know purpose. Everybody who knows purpose is on the go. There is something to be done today. If every day of your life was written, then what was the assignment written for that day? Ephesians 2:12, the Bible said, we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus unto good works. You were created to work. And listen, work is not toiling. That's not what work is. Toiling came when man fell. Why? Because the ground became cursed. That means when he labors, there will be no feedback, there will be no return, commensurate return for his labor. That means his propensities are diminished. So the realm he should operate from is no longer operating from there. Inspiration is truncated, wisdom is truncated, the ability of God is truncated. So he's literally exerting himself to be able to produce little result. But when we were saved, we were restored back to what was already originally given to Adam. The word walk is the word ergon. It means become. So walk is actually a system created to provoke transformation. You gain experience, you manifest character, you impact your world. That's what walk is. And when you are walking, the lines fall for you in pleasant places. When you are walking, you deploy the ability of God to do the work. So at the end of the day, creation is responding to you, and the ability of God is available for you to produce result.